the blindfold did not come off Rosario, so Rosario has surrendered a great deal of ground. It's Toca Madeira now being taken on by Vintage Claret on the near side now, staying on is Venture Capital, and so too is Manakan from a long way back for Holly Doyle. They've got another half furlong to go. On the far side, Vintage Claret just has the lead for Hugh Bowman, and it is Vintage Claret who wins the dash for the rest of the world. Staying on, Vespasian got second for Asia, and it's very tight then for the rest of the placings. Venture Capital was just in behind them, also towards the far. So they're all lined up, 2 miles ahead of them, and they're off in the Dubai duty-free Shergar Cup Stayers. And ridden away from the stalls is Al Muhit, and not a great deal of pace on in the early stages. A Scottish Anthem and Miraiiwata take the lead. But now on the outside, Al Muhit has been stoked up by Keris Teton to come through now and take the lead for the rest of the world. Leader, and it's Fireblade who goes on now for Asia. Back in second, Al Muhit for the rest of the world. And now making a move right round the outside comes Artisan Dancer in the light blue with Per Anders Graberg, and so too Joe Mason on Spirit Mixer with every chance alongside teammate Holly Doyle on La Vita Nova. They're lining up now with less than a quarter of a mile to go, and it's Fireblade who has the lead for Asia. Over on the far side, Al Muhit is trying to battle back. Enemy is staying on now for Europe. The dark blue cap for Delphine Santiago. Down the wide outside, Artisan Dancer still has a chance to play a card. Inside the final half furlong, Fireblade for Asia has a lead now of 2 lengths, and racing up towards the line. It is Fireblade who wins for surajnarredu. In second came Al Muhit and Keris Teton, and then towards the outside, that was Artisan Dancer and Per Anders Graberg in third place. A 13-2 winner, Fireblade. A big move there by surajnarredu, riding around the round course here at Ascot for the first time. They're in the gate, and they're off. And very slow to leave the stalls is Claymore. Claymore, who was very slow to begin at Great Yarmouth, and now he's at the back of the field here at Ascot on Shergar Cup Day, as the early pace is put up by Hugh Bowman on La Pulga. Taking the turn in, they've got just over 3 furlongs to go in the challenge, and the leader is Hugh Bowman aboard La Pulga for the rest of the world. Towards the outside it is Europe, Great Bedouin racing in second, coming really well into contention on the outside, the green of Night Breeze, Robbie Dolan for GBI. Towards the inside, Houston for the Asian team, just in behind them, Candyman Stan for Europe. Angling out now, Insanity for GBI and Joe Mason, racing now down towards the final furlong. Great Bedouin now tackles over on the far side, La Pulga, and towards the near side, Night Breeze and Insanity coming right over the top. It is Night Breeze and Robbie Dolan on the inside, battling back La Pulga. Night Breeze wins it for GBI. On the inside, La Pulga in second. Looks like Insanity got third also for GBI, the one who flew very late, Asgard's captain for the rest of the world from the clouds in the final 100 yards. But the 11-4 favourite, Night Breeze, has won for Robbie Dolan. For trainer Ian Williams, such a great supporter of the Shergar Cup with all the horses he's run today. It will be La Pulga who gets second, but it's a 1-3 for Great Britain and Ireland, because they've got the third here with Insanity. Here we roll it to the line. The white cap for Robbie Dolan on Night Breeze. Night Breeze, who's recorded a second quarter distance success. Over on the far side, La Pulga for the rest of the world. Near side, Insanity, Joe Mason back in third. It will be Great Bedouin for Europe in fourth, and then in fifth, Katie Davis for the rest of the world. 6 furlongs for the sprint. They're in the gate, and they're off, and he caught them in a very good line. Showing speed towards the near side early is Hucklesbrook, and Hucklesbrook will lead on the near side, now being taken on by Flash Harry. Flash Harry for Europe now comes through to take the lead to Hucklesbrook for Asia, racing in second. Towards the final quarter of a mile, and it's Flash Harry and Delphine Santiago for Europe, who still just have the lead. Now on the near side, up the pace, and surajnarredu throwing down a challenge, and the green colours for Holly Doyle on the far side with Milford with a big chance, and Prince of India and ryuseisakai now for Asia, also putting in a power pack finish. Racing down towards the final half furlong, it is Milford on the near side. On the far side, Prince of India. Prince of India now takes the lead, racing up towards the line. It's a win for Asia. It is Prince of India who wins. In second, Milford. In third, the long-time leader, Flash Harry, and they were followed home by Up the Pace, and then never nearer Francis Francisco's Peace. Punch of the air from the winning rider, Ryuseisakai, Prince of India, a horse who is in rare form, a 4th win of the year. He's won as the 100-30 favourite. He's beaten Milford for Holly Doyle and GBI in 2nd. It will be Europe with Flash Harry, who will be 3rd. And then in 4th place will be Up the Pace, Surajnarredu getting more points for Asia. And in 5th position is Francisco's Peace with Caris Teton for the rest of the world. 5 points ahead of the rest of the world. Further 8 points back to Great Britain and Ireland. They're off and running. Very slow to begin was Canvas. Canvas trails them in the early stages of the 1.5 mile classic for 3-year-olds. Quite keen towards the outsider's top team, who goes forward towards. Now up towards the final quarter of a mile, and on the inside Umdawi now is tackled once again by top team, and then on the outside Prince of the Seas sticking his tongue out at his rivals. There's a gap on the inside rail now for Tenability. Down the outside, Team Player is also staying on inside the final furlong. 5 of them in line on the near side. Team Player for Europe drifting into the centre of the course. Tenability also for Europe. Right there in the centre, Prince of the Seas for GBI, and it is Europe's victory. Tenability and Delphine Santiago very close second between Team Player also for Europe, and between horses that was Prince of the Seas for GBI, and they were just in front of top team back in 4th, and in 5th Umdawi with Joe Mason for GBI. It is going to be a 1-2 here for the blue team, for Team Europe, and it is Tenability on the far side. On the near side, that was Team Player. Between them, Prince of the Seas has given GBI a 3rd and also a 5th place, with the Asian team picking up a few points in 4th. Delphine Santiago, the winning most woman rider on the flat in France, has now won here at Ascot. All clear given, and they're off for the Dubai duty-free Shergar Cup Mile, the finale, and it sees a slow start for Brave Emperor, who was pushed along in the early stages. Hugh Bowman sends Urban Lion into the early lead. Longs to go in the Shergar Cup finale, and Hugh Bowman is in pole position on Urban Lion. It is Urban Lion for the rest of the world. On his outside, Golden Mind also for the rest of the world. Now getting through on the inside, EBT's Guard for Europe, and EBT's Guard and Per Anders Graberg come through now to take the lead over Urban Lion in 2nd, staying on to the inner Treasure Time with Holly Doyle for GB, but inside the final furlong it is EBT's Guard, tackled once again now by Urban Lion, who's coming back towards the wide outside. That is Cerulean Bay, but it will be EBT's Guard who wins for Europe, and Per Anders Graberg. It was tight 2nd between Urban Lion on the inside, on the outside Cerulean Bay, and they pulled a little clear of the rest, headed by Treasure Time, who has taken 4th place, and in 5th has come Arisei, so a 4th and 5th for GBI, but the win goes to Per Anders Graberg on EBT's Guard at 13-2. It looks as though it's going to be Cerulean Bay on the near side, who may have just got the head bob for 2nd, but we can confirm that now. So the light blue of EBT's Guard, 2nd win at the Shergar Cup for winning rider Per Anders Graberg, who rode the winner back in 2018, and it's very close for 2nd place. 2nd is number 10, Cerulean Bay, has just been called by the judge. So 10, Cerulean Bay has got 2nd in the red. Over on the far side, Hugh Bowman on Urban Line 3rd for the rest of the world, and then Holly Doyle is 4th on Treasure Time for GBI, and the final points go to Robbie Dolan on Arisei also for GBI.
this mic, and we want you to sing us a song as you make your way in. What are you going to sing for us?
We are the champions, my friends. We'll keep on fighting to the end. Yeah, baby.
All my photographers ready?